I've been collecting trophies for going on 14 years. Ever since my brother introduced me back in the PS3, I have been hooked and an avid trophy hunter. I've done some of the most notoriously difficult to some of the simplest cheap ones. Long games, short games, platinums I am proud of, and ones I'm not so proud of, and even given up on a few along the way. I've started a series just to sit down and talk about them in my experience as soon as I am done, and as motivation to push through some games that have been left behind. Whether it be platinums, 100%, DLCs, or games I officially give up on, I am Jambola, this is the Trophy Chronicles, and so let's get into it and talk about some trophies. Alright, hello and welcome back. Something new I've decided to do here that I thought could be fun, that I'm going to call Trophy Chronicles, because all the good names I liked were taken. Not even kidding. Basically, I've been an avid trophy hunter since I got my PS3 back in the day. Ever since I first got the concept of it, my brother introduced it to me. We had a little friendly competition going on. We still do 13 years later, 14. Trophy hunting has always been something I've loved. Even nowadays, even if I've definitely died down a bit, I'm not going like 10, 20 a year or anything like. I'm not going on my way to get the hardest trophies. I still do enjoy getting them when it's the games I play. Essentially what this is going to be, every time from now on, when I ever get a platinum, 100% when games don't have platinums, or when I officially give up on a game, maybe separately for DLC. And we're going to start here today with the game for some reason or another made me think to do this in the first place. Lego Marvel Superheroes. I don't have the disc. If I do, I'll definitely show it. That could be my fun thing. I have it back there somewhere like that. And I figured, oh, good time to have my PlayStation robe that I have had the last few years. It's very warm. If I can't close it, I'll sweat. So let's get into the first one of these, and hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully you'll enjoy, and hopefully I have fun too. So starting off with a brief 5 to 15 minutes. I can't imagine it'll go on too long. Maybe the first one a bit more because I'm describing it, but yeah. I'll decide how it goes as we go. But I'm just going to talk about how I felt about the game, how I felt about the platinum, and just overall ranking things like how fun was it? How long did it take me? How difficult was it? How tedious was it? Basically the kind of things you see on any trophy, advice, tips website. And just little bits of advice or tips I have. Maybe if anyone looks at this and decides to do it themselves. Anything that I might feel is a valuable tip in any way. So, first off, Lego Marvel Superheroes. It's your typical Lego game as far as I can tell, and it's the first one I've ever managed to enjoy, which I'm very happy about, because I've always wanted to. I've always thought the trailers looked unbelievable. Like, I'll be watching the trailer and it's like, wow, that looks really fun. Then I'll play it and it's like, wow, I'm fucking bored. And this game was no different. Before that, Lego Marvel Superheroes is basically like, it's kind of a semi top down beat 'em up style game with a variety of characters where you play through a story, very heavily inspired, copying the story of the movie, game, whatever it might be, but with more of a comedic, silly, parody-like lens to it. In this one is the Marvel game with a bunch of Marvel characters to choose from, from a huge variety of movies and properties, with 115 characters total, and I'm not even sure if that includes the variety of types you can get. Like, there's like 6 different versions of Iron Man, and include like Tony Stark, Iron Man in his, or Tony Stark in his underwear. I don't know if that's 3 characters or one, but there's a lot to choose from, as you can see. You play through 15 basically straightforward levels, doing a mix between killing enemies with the characters that they choose for you in a particular story, or solving little puzzles. Like Spider-Man can do stuff with webs where he'll detect things and pull them down. The Hulk can break or pull apart big objects. Like Black Widow can go invisible with a cloaking device and get past tracking. That's kind of the basic structure for 15 levels. But the part where it really got good for me, the open world. The first few times I played this game, I think I got like 2 levels done over the course of 2 or 3 years. Because I would play the game, get to a checkpoint, and be so fucking bored that I just have to be done. Then I'll come back to this some other time. The second I got to the open world in this game, that is where my push through the game really begun. In the open world, it's not even anything special. It is actually kind of impressive. Just being able to go from like, you have a fortress in the sky. I don't know Marvel very well. I don't know if it's canon. But you can just go with Iron Man, jump off, fly down to the city. If they could do this in like a AAA game, If they can make an Iron Man like this, fully fleshed out, it would be one of the most impressive games ever. Just the fact you go to no loading screens. I know it's Lego, it shouldn't be that impressive, but I think it's cool. The open world give you stuff like doing side quests on like new characters, races, and there's also like 250 like golden Lego blocks around that you'll unlock. Just you'll go over here and you'll find a thing to break open. It could be something like a little maze for Ant-Man to run through. Just again, they're all it's like the little puzzles you do in the story mode, but that's in out throughout the entire open world. This is where the game got really fun for me because it just has that. I can do one more little thing. I can get this character, do this race, go over here, do a side mission, getting new characters, and it is a lot of fun. Like I said, that's where my love for this game started, and I'm so glad it happened because it is fun. But that's basically the game, and you can go through it all again in free play mode, and that's basically it. That's what a lot of this will entail. Overall, if I was just going to rate the game, how much I found I had playing it, the story alone, if you're just going to count to 15 missions, which were the lowest point of the game, going through those, it was a slog. Like, yeah, it's fun, it's Lego, it's silly, but it's just walking forward, boom, 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 boom. That's what you're doing to the enemies, and then you pause. It's fine. If I'm going to rate just the story, like main quest stuff, it probably got like a 3 out of 10. It's dull. If I was going to rate the game quickly, not including trophy stuff I went through, 4. I'll give it a 4 out of 10, and even that's kind of reluctant. But let's get into the main point of this: the trophies. This game has a total of 46 trophies, including the platinum. 15 of the trophies are just played through the game, one for each chapter. Pretty simple. That's a good third of them out of the way right there. But still, I actually think it's probably the most. It was the hardest part. Not difficulty wise, just getting through. Then after that, you'll have your kind of clean up trophies, the silly little fun things they'll have to do in these kind of games. You know, turn into Hulk 50 times, which doesn't sound so bad, but oh my, it was probably the most, in terms of like memory, it was probably the most annoying one to get. It's like that trophy in Kingdom Hearts 1, which we'll get to at some point probably, where it's like you have to walk into Pinocchio. Sorry. Oh, whoops. Where you have to walk into Pinocchio's house and back out 50 times, I think it was. It's not hard. It's just so dull. The way it can turn into Hulk in this game, you hold triangle, you'll be Bruce Banner. You'll hold it again, Hulk. That doesn't sound so bad, but you just have to watch him go ooh, e for like 5-10 seconds, then hold it again to go back up 50 times. It's easy, but it's shit. I definitely recommend doing this trophy if you're going to cover it in a story level. Because in the open world, you can switch characters by holding triangle as well. So you can, whether you're switching characters or trying to change character with a transformation, it's tedious as hell because you'll always do the other one. You'll hold triangle, like, I'm going to transform now. No, I don't want to switch character. Hold again. I hate the fact it's the same button. But you'll have other silly little simpler things like kill 100 enemies as the thing. Destroy 100 vehicles. Match up I think it's the Human Torch and Captain America. Die as Wolverine. Just some simple. Some will take a minute, but these are just the silly, fun, mini cleanup trophies. Not even mini trophies. That just require doing silly things that do not matter at all. And I appreciate that. There's also some kind of side levels, which basically you'll have 2 characters, 4 characters, where you'll be in a random level with a little side quest kind of thing. Basically like a room from the single player kind of thing. That's kind of how it would look. There isn't actually a trophy for unlocking every character, but there kind of is to get 100%, but we'll get that in a sec. But there's kind of category trophies. Collect all the good X-Men, collect all the bad guy X-Men, all the Guardians of the Galaxy, that kind of stuff. There's a few like that too. But of course, the big one, the one that's going to take you obviously the longest, it kind of goes without saying, it has to take you the longest. Unless you decide to leave the Hulk one to the end, I guess, like stuff like, or the city cleanup ones. The 100%. I won't, like, I'm not going to pretend this was horrible. It was just kind of a chill thing, lie back, listen to some music, watch something in the background, listen to something, whatever. Pick away. You have to go through every single story level again to like 10 mini kits they're called, but you'll just, you're probably going to go for a guide for this, let's be real. Unless you want to go through every single level, I hate it. The worst about going through every level in this to collect things is you have to watch the same shit all over again. You can skip cutscenes, but you know games like this. You'll skip a cutscene, then you'll watch the characters run into the level, talk for a few seconds, and then it'll zoom in. Or you have to stand on 2 switches to unlock a door. You'll stand on 1 switch, zoom into the door. watch a little thing drain, boop, 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 and then zoom back 5 seconds, then you can play again. That kind of shit. So if you have one of those levels where you miss one of the mini kits near the end, it's just, that's what's going to piss you off the most. You're just going to be going through like, shut the fuck up, stop. Yeah, okay, let me play, let me play. It's really annoying, but you'll pick away at it fast enough. Well, you'll pick away. There's 15 levels, so 150 mini kits, but there's also 50 Stan Lee rescue things, one for every of the story levels, so that's 15, one for the side levels, I think that's like 10 more, and there's 25 scattered around the city. These are simple, they're marked on the map, most of them take like 10 seconds, actually kind of fun. Then just unlocking every character, most of these you'll pick up by doing this stuff anyway, but I think by getting 100% you'll get all of them, and then you just have to buy them, because there's also a trophy that seems daunting as fuck at the start, and it's actually probably why it gives the game an extra like point or two, and it made me more excited about the game than anything else. And I don't know if that's just me, because I love the kind of shit that no other game has ever done. You have to collect 1 billion studs of Lego. Now, when you finish the story mode, or at least when I finished it, I had a total of 25 million. So I saw a guide that said something like, oh, by the time you're done, you'll have like 10 billion. I was convinced I'd fucked up in some way because I had 25 million at the end of the story. That's what, 2%? But the fun thing is, you can get multipliers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I don't know, I gave up with that. This might not sound so difficult. What, 25 million by, if you had 10 times more, what's that, 250 million? That's only a quarter of the way. But no, in the thing, I'm so glad they did not include in the trophy guide I read, because it just made it so much more fun to discover this, and I almost feel bad for saying it out loud, but I don't think anyone else would care as much as I do, at least most people, so I realised at one point my multiplier was at 8, and that's when it hit me. I wasn't sure if I was right at the time, but when I got the 6 one, it confirmed it. When you get the 4 multiplier, it does not replace the 2, it adds to it. So 2 by 4, you have an 8 multiplier. So yeah, when you get the 6 as well, 48 multiplier. It eventually goes up, I think it's like 3,300 or 3,918 multiplier. It will get to a point where you will walk, like, I should probably, yeah, before, like with the 100% thing, there's for every level, there's also, it's, what's called, True Believer achievement, which requires you to get a certain amount of bit or studs. Most of the time throughout the levels, I would have like 33% of what it took to get that throughout the game. So like, oh, you need 100,000 in one level, I'd get like 30,000. I didn't know. I thought you'd have to go through every level just breaking everything that could give you any bit of this of the studs. But no. When you have the full multipliers on, you literally walk into levels, sometimes before you can move, and you'll have like 70,000. You'll do one room of a level, and you'll have like 100,000 right there. Or I think it was like a million. You'll pick sometimes, like, there's different color studs. Like yellow is the smallest, the pink is or purple is the biggest one, and it'll give you like 50,000 for one. It was so much fun at the end of the game, just running through barely into a level, and just seeing them like piling it like half of the trophy right there. It was way too much fun. I can't even explain it. I don't know if that's just me. I love to see that kind of stuff. I've never seen a game amplify multipliers like that. But yeah, that's basically it. There's not it's a very repetitive game. Like I said, it was a slog to get through. Sometimes more than more. Just having to go back through the levels again, that was the worst part. Because I'd miss one, like, because I was going through it with a text guide, I'd miss the 9th one. And I'd go back in, forced to fly through, because there I didn't have any kind of, you couldn't go into the chapter and go to the last checkpoint. You have to go through the whole level again. And even though they're only 20 minutes long, and you can skip a lot of them in free play because you can choose any character you want. So you no longer have to use Captain America to do your wall jumping at the top, you can just fly up there. That does help, but if you miss the last one, and the bosses, you'd have to go through the bosses again, and fighting them could be really slow. I don't know. But you could definitely skip, and you can save and exit a level when you get the last thing you need, so that helps with the collectibles a lot. But overall, well, let's give a few ratings. It won't be like a overall rating based on these scores, because what could I do? I'm not going to dock a points because it's not difficult or because other things. I'll give it an overall score separately. Difficulty, I think the best I can give this game a difficulty was is a 2 out of 10. Because you don't die in this game. If you die, well, you can die. You have 4 hearts. If you die, you lose a few studs, you're back in. Nothing changed. It's not even like back to a checkpoint. You're just back in. I don't no. If you run out of studs completely, maybe you die. I never came close to that. So 2 is the most I can give. Because there are some races as well that can be a tiny bit difficult, I guess. Which is just flying through rings, cause superhero game. I couldn't resist. But it's kind of like if you start off with a good beginning, you get like 5 seconds back for every ring. You'll be there like 20 seconds in no time. So it's all about getting a good start. Some can be a tiny bit difficult, but if you can't die in the game, how can you really call it difficult? The most difficult part is pushing yourself through the 100%, I'd say. Overall, the length of this game took me 60 hours personally, but I'm the kind of person who's gonna leave it on the background. Oh, let's check the guide. Oh, but for I'm through that, let's watch something while I'm having my dinner. So I genuinely think you could shave a good few hours off that easily. If you're more, what's what I'm looking for, productive and manage your time better than I can. Most people tend to take less time than me with this kind of stuff. It's probably going to take, other guys recommend like 40 hours for the amount of time it'll take. Somewhere between 40 and 60 probably. If you're slow like me, 60. Also, I've spent my knees for a few hours. I would do silly things that would take longer than they needed to. So, yeah. Fun factor, it's tough. Some parts were shit. Sometimes were very fun, very impressive. Going through it again, having to go through all the levels again, just watching the same shit. Like, oh, I skipped the cutscene, watched 10 seconds of this. And the amount of times it would just linger. That really dragged away the experience. Switching characters could be a really annoying thing because you'd hold triangle and then your character would start transforming. Like, no. And they also do things like if you die, a lot of games where you die and you can switch to a different party member do this, whereas like, no, you died. You will wait the 5 seconds till your character's back on screen. Then you can switch. Just the amount of pointless delays that were just like, no, you have to stand here watching this thing for 10 seconds. Unskippable shit. No need for it. It's a problem games still have. I hate it. It definitely dragged down, especially going through all the levels again, a lot. And if I just give it an overall rating in terms of how much I enjoyed going for the platinum in this. At one point I was thinking like a reluctant 5. But I will take away the reluctance just because of the 3,900 multiplier for the studs. Getting those true believer achievements with literally without moving a step. That was fun. That was a blast. You just get into a level, it's like zoom, 100,000. The amount of excitement that gave me, I don't even know why. I like multipliers. I like numbers. Numbers are fun. But yeah, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. Like I said, 115 characters to choose from with a great variety to choose from. Fun, silly characters, cool characters. Like, personally, I love just flying around the place with super fast speed like Rocket Man. With characters like Iron Man or the Human Torch, easily my most fun with them. And the big characters are fun to run with because they get some momentum and just bash through everything. That definitely had some fun. The amount of characters, they're always fun to see who you'll get next. Especially like me who won't recognise them just from a little sprite, like a little circle on the map. I loved doing that. That was easily the best part. So yeah, that's the first of my trophy chronicles. I'm not sure how often of a series this will be. I'm not sure which I'll enjoy doing in the future. Maybe Lego Marvel Superheroes was a special game for me. Who knows? I might also go back to older games, just depending how well I remember getting the platinum. I'm not fully sure what this is going to be yet. It might just depend how long it takes me to get my next one, because it's just going to be a sporadic thing whenever I get one. Just as quick. I'm probably going to try to sit down right after I get to platinum, and that's going to be like when I do this. But it's a new thing. I'll decide how it goes based on how it goes. So if anyone's got to finish this, if you finished Lego Marvel Superheroes, let me know what you thought. How did you feel about going for the platinum? It's definitely a slog. It's definitely just one of those do everything kind of games. I'll definitely be doing some more Lego games in the future. I know there's a Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. That's definitely on my list. I had a blast with it. So, why not? I think the next things are currently very likely soon. Ones for these are Dead by Daylight, because I've 4 trophies left in that to get, and then I'll be done with that. That'll probably be I might have that done by the end of the week. And I've nothing to back this up fully, but Police Simulator has been weirdly addicting, and the trophies in that they're short, not sharp in how to get them, but in terms of like how many there are, it doesn't look too long. I have a good chunk of them already. Just having a quick look at those, I feel like that could be next one too. Not no, Dead by Daylight will definitely be the next one. I'll get that out of the way now. That's probably 2, 3 games away from being done. But yeah, this one was a bit longer based on just having to explaining things. I'm probably going to try to condense that for the start, but if anyone got to the end of this, thank you for watching. Again, let me know how you felt about Lego Marvel Superheroes, especially if you went for the Platinum. And I'll see you for the next one of these I do, hopefully very soon. Because I don't want this to be something I just do once and never do again. Which is a line that will hopefully never age badly. But yeah, thanks again for watching the first one of these, and see you for the next one. And since it's the first one of these I did, let me know how many, if you're big into trophies or achievements, how many do you have? What are your favorites that you've got? What are the hardest ones you've done? The longest ones you've done? The ones you're most proud of? Just little things like that. See you for the next Platinum.